Imagine a tortoise. It will only poke its head out of its shell when it feels completely safe. If there's any sense of threat or rush, it retreats right back in. John Cleese, the legendary comedian from Monty Python, argues that your creativity is exactly like that tortoise. It's shy, easily spooked, and will only emerge when you create the perfect, safe conditions for it. In his book, Creativity, A Short and Cheerful Guide, Cleese demystifies the creative process, arguing that it's not some magical talent reserved for a select few. Instead, it's a skill, a way of operating that anyone can learn. The whole idea boils down to three main takeaways. First, understanding the two essential modes your mind operates in. Second, learning how to build what he calls a tortoise enclosure to protect your creative time. And third, knowing how to plant a problem in your mind and let your powerful unconscious mind do the heavy lifting. Let's start with the two modes of mind, the closed mode and the open mode. The closed mode is what you're probably in right now. It's the purposeful, logical, and often stressed state we use to get things done, meet deadlines, and execute plans. It's essential for productivity. The open mode, however, is its complete opposite. It's a state of being relaxed, playful, and curious, with no immediate purpose. This is the mode where you explore, make unexpected connections, and have new ideas. The crucial insight here is that you can't be in both modes at the same time. The biggest barrier to creativity for busy professionals is that they never leave the closed mode. The key is to learn to consciously switch into the open mode when you need to solve a problem, and then switch back to closed mode to implement the solution. So how do you get into that playful open mode? This brings us to the second point, building your tortoise enclosure. This is a dedicated space and time where your creative tortoise feels safe enough to come out and play. Cleese is very specific about this. You need to create boundaries of both space and time. First, find a physical space where you will not be interrupted. Shut the door. Second, set aside a specific block of time, say an hour and a half, and commit to it. During this time, you must eliminate all distractions. That means turning your phone off, not on silent, but completely off. The anxiety of potential interruptions is enough to scare your creative tortoise back into its shell. This protected time and space is non-negotiable. Finally, once you're in your enclosure, you need to learn to trust your unconscious mind. The process is simple, but requires patience. First, use your logical closed mode to clearly define the problem you want to solve. Gather the data, understand the constraints. Second, enter your tortoise enclosure and switch to the open mode. Play with the problem. Doodle. Ask what-if questions. Don't try to get the right answer, just explore. Then, and this is the most important part, you stop and walk away. Go for a walk, take a shower, do something else. You have now handed the problem over to your vast, powerful, unconscious mind to work on in the background. Cleese says the solution will often pop into your head when you least expect it. You can't force it, you can only create the conditions for it to appear. So, to recap, creativity isn't a gift, it's a process. It's about deliberately shifting from your normal, focused, closed mode into a playful, curious, open mode. You do this by creating a sacred, interruption-free tortoise enclosure of space and time. And finally, you learn to define a problem, play with it, and then trust your unconscious to deliver the answer. As John Cleese himself puts it, the most important takeaway is this: creativity is not a talent, it is a way of operating. If you enjoyed this, you might also like Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, or Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Find more great summaries and reading guides at booksplat.com. Level up yourself today, 3 minutes at a time.